So this is a video response to Kizzume Fowler, and not just the video called Questions for Agent of Doubt, but also some other of his videos, and I will link you directly to his videos, Fanboyism, A Big Reason I'm Upset, and How About Video Forums. But yeah, he's been making a lot of videos around the same topic, and not just one big video about it, but like as it comes into his mind. So the thoughts aren't really fully formed. They're kind of here and there and come out sporadically. So we're just going to call it Kizzume's video diarrhea. That's what I'm responding to right now. Okay, so but everyone loves Kizzume. In particular, 3 videos in the description box. That's what I'm going to talk about here. First, we're going to go with not Questions for Agent of Doubt. We're going to go with Fanboyism, A Big Reason I'm Upset. You call it fanboyism, I call it fleas. But that's my my history coming out of my head, and people don't understand it the same way. But think of yourself as being one of the humans that is running around with a video camera in Cloverfield, and the big YouTuber is the monster, and those little aliens that came off of it, those are the fleas. You know, and they're about as dangerous to your psyche, I guess, as those little monsters in the film. But fleas. Anytime you talk about a large YouTuber, it doesn't actually have to be a larger one, you're going to have some of their fans want to defend them. It's just going to happen. I'm not going to say it's always a bad thing to where you're not going to come out on top. I have myself come out on top a couple times, but I've also felt like I've made very reasoned arguments and been on the receiving end of fleas that just don't want to understand. So some of the things that can happen when you're dealing with the larger YouTuber that you've criticized, if they make a video response back to you and you try to make a back and forth, they'll make that one response where they maybe take some of the things you said out of context. Maybe they actually didn't, and they made a very condescending style video and cracked jokes. Maybe you had points that you wanted to revisit with them, but they're done and over with the first response, right? They're only going to give you that one chance to get their soapbox, because the rub, it's what's dangerous is if you talk about someone that you don't like enough, well, more of your subscribers are going to go look at that person and maybe subscribe to them. So one way to control the conversation and keep your soapbox is to not even name the person at all is one way. But if you do, don't make a whole bunch of videos about that same person without expecting your subscribers to all go see that person. In that way, Thunderfoot is the biggest cheerleader for Anita Sarkeesian. Him and Sargon of Akkad. So, yeah, the worst experience that I've had with fleas was one where I was calling out another YouTuber for things that I felt were obviously wrong, and this YouTuber made a video response, lied to the subscriber base for that channel, and just completely glossed over my points and tried to make me look like an ass. And it doesn't matter how many videos I could make towards that person. The subscriber base ratio was just so huge that no matter what I said, it's like on that video that person made, hundreds of up thumbs of people that I figure are now poisoned towards my channel, and probably would in other circumstances only need one person saying, "Hey, go check out Agent of Doubt's channel," but now they're going to need like 5 or 10 before they'll consider watching a video of mine, because that one person made a video saying that my channel was horrible and got hundreds of up thumbs. That doesn't keep me from making videos all the time. It does. I took it in stride, but the videos that I made against that person had 90-95% up thumbs too. So the people that are watching in each subscriber base are only watching the videos from the person that they're subscribed to. They're not watching the other person's videos, so they're not watching both parts of the back and forth. You know what I'm saying? And there is a sweet science of sparring on YouTube and boxing, where people will try to say, well, this is their argument, and keep people from actually wanting to dig further. Like, oh, well, I don't really want to go dig too far into seeing whether that was, quote, mined. I can just accept this as entertainment as is. And that's hard when people don't even put links to your work, when they're criticizing it. I see what you're saying. I made a video criticizing Thunderfoot for his video that was called A House Divided. And this is a while back, where he was saying that we shouldn't be so critical and be ready to take down our YouTube atheist stars. And I said, no, if somebody makes a mistake, we need to be on it like sharks. Our community needs to be skeptical in everything, including ourselves, and we need to police our own house. That was my point of view. And then Thunderfoot had his fight with Free Thought Blogs, and then started talking about feminists every other video. Feminist atheists as well, and saying how they're poison. And I brought up, a couple of years ago, you made a video saying that we don't need to be a house divided. How do you feel about that now? And he actually said that it wasn't hypocrisy. He's actually changed his mind, and he's seen a different perspective after what happened with his fall with the Free Thought Blogs community. So when I made my video criticizing him, I had a point of view that he later adopted himself, that it is important to police your own. I got half down thumbs on my video because his fleas came over to defend him. And then later he adopted my position. But his fleas were like, how dare you? You're just a small channel. Why are you picking on Thunderfoot? I had a similar experience when I made a video against Pat Condell. I actually had like 2 down thumbs more than up thumbs on that one. This was years ago. But yeah, it doesn't matter how right you are against Pat Condell. He has some rabid fucking fans. And also, Marmite Man 4 had some horrible fans that came over to comment on my. It's almost like these particular YouTubers have their own forum with just their fans in it, that they will place your video in once they've been alerted to its existence, and then they will have their fans go over in a concerted effort, because you know, my videos against Davis Arini, I can see where, like, days go by and it's all up thumbs and yay, and then there's that one day where, oh, here's 5 people all together along with the person that I'm criticizing, commenting as if they just found it and now, oh, must swarm and do some damage control. Because, and I've said this before, YouTube has become a place where people trade on being right. You know, and that's the currency. And people are very afraid to be wrong. And that creates part of the problem. And it's not always bad to call out another YouTuber with a large subscriber base. I would say the last time I saw it was last night. Just a Car, who used to be Integral Math, made a video about the Peach. And I'm going to say 300 up thumbs to 18 down thumbs means that the Peach had 18 of her subscribers also subscribed to him, and they were horrified that their Peach was being attacked, so they down thumbed. They didn't like her getting that treatment. But pwnage culture is as such. Yeah. Next video that I will talk about. He made a video saying, how about video forums where people would post things in a thread form, and then, you know, there might be little thumbnail quick video responses, akin to that video response feature that was removed by YouTube with a lot of their changes that have happened in the last 3 years. I'm going to say, you don't think that there's anything that exists like that right now. I'm going to say there is something like that, and this is horrible, but a Facebook post and its comment threads are exactly what you are describing. Because when you post a video as a comment on Facebook, it auto-populates as its own little embedded video. So if you started with one video as the original post, you could see everyone's video response if they just put the links to their videos in there. So yeah, something does exist exactly like what you're saying. I'm going to propose 2 other ideas just off the top of my head. One I'm going to call vids in progress. Okay, I don't have another way to say it. Editable within the website videos by other people. But we're just going to call this idea vids in progress. And what I mean by this is a video where you can give a key out to somebody else. This used to be possible with annotations. You used to be able to give out the annotation key to your own video and have multiple people edit the annotations. But imagine you start with one video and then you give the key out to somebody else and they can upload their video and the 2 videos are joined. And whoever has the key can add their own segments to this one video that just keeps on growing. And the people who have watched the initial video, they can hit subscribe to this post, you subscribe to this video series, and every video that happens after that, they'll be able to see that this one video conversation has grown. This would be a way to have a hangout of sorts where people would be able to think about each response and make it a lot clearer and maybe edit their response to where it's concise and whatnot, and basically build a hangout in segments. So that's one idea off the top of my head that might work for you as far as this. Where are the conversations things going? My second idea, it's based on communal channels like a couple that I've been in, but more recently the Breakfast Club, where 7 people have they have the password to that one channel. These communal channels, there's a lot of them, but what about a what I'm going to call a video union channel? Now, I would call this a network, and old networks on YouTube in the past used to work like this, like TGN before they went under and got bought out. They had a website where they had channels that you could go to, and all of their YouTubers were sorted in different genres, and the best of their videos were actually featured on these channels on the TGN website. TGN no longer exists. But what about a moderated channel whereby videos from that person's selection of different YouTubers would show up? So basically subscribing to that one channel would be, in essence, subscribing to the best of hundreds of channels that were moderated by one person, or a collective that had the key to that YouTube video union. You could have one of those video unions keep a conversation going about a certain topic if you wanted, and the people who were part of one union could also be part of another union. Again, I want to say network. I want to, but that word's already used for something else here on YouTube. And lastly, we're going to address the questions for Agent of Doubt video now, this far into the video. So, Kizzume wants me to say, why is it a good thing that G Plus is being separated from YouTube? And firstly, I want to say, assume, for the purposes of this video, that I am completely in favor of the separation when I answer these things, because I really feel like we could have a separation where you could choose to either use YouTube or use YouTube in conjunction with Google+. They don't have to be completely separated. But just assume Kizzume is correct about my stance here, and that I'm completely in favor of the separation. Why would it be a good thing? First off, YouTube is its own social network, right? They were trying to use the popularity of YouTube to fuel another social network. There are no features on Google Plus that cannot be reintroduced as YouTube features. Okay? All the features that go away with YouTube, with Google Plus, could be reintroduced as a feature on YouTube. It's a website. It's not set in stone. It's not carved. Okay? It's programming. Anything that they want to do, they can do. And they have access to all the copyrighted programming that Google Plus has, because it's the same fucking company. So maybe they can make 2 different software labs come up with their own versions of these things in a competition, because competition is fucking good, okay? It breeds innovation. And they know this. But yeah, YouTube is its own social network. It doesn't need to have another social network leeching off of it. it's a good reason to remove Google Plus because site changes for the last 3 years have stagnated YouTube's popularity. And I don't want you to look at my channel recently when you're looking at this, but look at some channels like Noel Plum, The True Puka, Bionic Dance, a whole bunch of others that are in that mid-range of between 5,000 and 50,000 subscribers. Look at all of those, and look at their channel growth in the last 3 years versus before that. We used to have what was logarithmic channel growth for that range of YouTube channel, that range of subscribers. It's no longer the case. Now what we have is runaway popularity with the larger channels, and it's almost impossible to start a small channel and grow it to that point. And part of that was changes in the format of YouTube, in the way that the subscriptions feed runs, that sucks, because it used to be better. And you know this, Kizzume. You've already talked about it. All the Cosmic Panda changes, taking away the ability to personalize our YouTube channel faces and standardizing it because they wanted to broadcast us over multiple formats and have everything stay the same and not look broken. Because they wanted our smartphones and our TVs to have the same banner and have it work, so they took away our ability to basically MySpace our channel pages. They gimped a bunch of things that people were using to get a leg up. And one of those things was the video response function. And these are all changes that didn't exactly have to do with Google+. They came around the same era of 3 years, but all of these changes have really made people look to other websites for their entertainment. And then along comes Hulu and Netflix, which I'm even guilty of this, where sometimes I'll look at my subscriptions for YouTube and say, you know what, I'd rather watch an episode of The Nightly Show, now that The Daily Show's gone, for the Jon Stewart run. There's not much left on Hulu that I watch regularly, but I'd rather watch a program than watch some of the stuff that comes out from other YouTubers some days, because it has gotten better. They've brought TV to the internet in a lot of different ways. Even NBC released Aquarius, all of the episodes at once, just like Netflix, because they're trying to compete and they're trying to get things to us faster. And these are really well-produced things that they're throwing at us, and YouTube has to compete with that. And so they tried to become more like them. They've tried to make us be more like TV shows. Basically, I just want you to know that Google has a think tank and a group of CEOs, right? Now, the think tank, they can run statistics, they can run models, and they can see when something's not going to work, okay? They knew that the integration of Google Plus was not going to work, okay? And the majority of YouTubers were not happy about this integration. But the visionary group of CEOs running things said, no, I know that you're projecting that this is not going to work, but we have a vision, okay? And most of the time, Google runs with what's projected to work. This was one of those occasions where they did not. Okay? They wanted to push towards vision. They wanted to push towards competing with other companies that were encroaching on their space. Namely, Facebook. Now, I'll get back to that. You wanted to talk about how discussion quality has gone down dramatically, like in a week. Well, the notifications being broken for a while, with some people experiencing it when other people weren't. That might have had something to do with that. So give it a while. I think that people will find discussions. The same starving feeling that you have for discussions, everyone else has. You're not alone in this. In the comments section of your questions for Agent of Doubt video, you put a conspiratorial comment in there, and it was you were thinking that maybe they brought Google Plus in so that they could divorce from Google Plus later and have half of the features that they didn't want go along with Google Plus and turn us into what they want YouTube to be, rather than something with all the features that it could have. I don't believe that's the case, but I've got a better conspiratorial idea for you. And you were looking for conversation. Well, here's a mind fuck for you, okay? What if Google Plus being connected to YouTube was a dry run to show other companies that a sale, merger, or buyout was actually a feasible thing to do? Google and Facebook have been fighting for a while now with the social networking wars happening here. Views on Facebook do not count towards your view count. When you post something in every group, and spam it in every group, and there's people who do this, and I've called them out before, it doesn't really raise your view count much, because people actually have to watch, click the watch on another browser screen. If they watch it within Facebook, embedded there, it's not going to affect the view count. And Facebook has done many different little tweaks to their program in order to keep views from counting, and keep especially Google ads from playing within Facebook. One of the ways they do it, you open up your Facebook app, right? And you'll look at your home feed on Facebook, and somebody will have posted a YouTube video, right? When you click on that YouTube video, a little side browser opens up. That browser is still Facebook. It's not Chrome, it's not Mozilla. That stuff opens within Facebook on a little side browser that Facebook has come out with since their latest update. Now, when you're on that side browser, you can't leave comments unless you log in. And when you do log in through that side browser, the next time you watch another video on YouTube that's happens to be within that Facebook browser, you'll have to log in again and again, because it doesn't save your password like your Chrome or your Firefox or whatever on your smartphone. It basically makes things hard for you on purpose. Okay? It strips away the ability to run the banner ads on the bottom, and the side ads and the pre-roll ads. It strips all that away, so all that gets shown is the video. They've done this on purpose to fuck with YouTube and Google, right? And you could say that Google Plus in and of itself was seen as an attack on the social media landscape by Google upon Facebook. These things are not going to get better until something gets resolved. Well, what if, and here's the huge mind fuck for you, Kizzume, what if Google Plus being separated from YouTube and then killed is in preparation for a buyout of Facebook, to where Google owns Facebook and then connects Facebook comments to every YouTube video? It was just recently that Facebook hit a day where 1 billion people on the planet logged into Facebook and individually used it. So 1 in 7 people on the planet were using Facebook all on the same day. Maybe Google wants their social network, because their ability to virally make videos be seen, it rivals anything else that Google has. So maybe this is in preparation for a merger, a sale, a buyout. Maybe Google will just outright sell YouTube after unconnecting all of its other products to it. You know? I'm sure Facebook would love to have YouTube the way that Facebook has been making its own videos, its own video service try to look more popular by things like last September they started this videos will auto play as you're scrolling up unless you adjust your settings. So whenever anyone gets a Facebook update that updates the app, it returns the settings to the default, which is to autoplay these videos. And that really drains your data on your smartphone if you're not going over Wi-Fi. But it's obvious that Facebook is trying to up their video view count in order to present themselves to advertisers as being something that is in competition with YouTube and on par with it, as far as, you'll give us your advertising money and we'll put you next to videos too, and we can give you a completely different set of demographics, you know, customized to you better than YouTube can. So, you know, my conspiracy here is the more that YouTube is disconnected from Blogger, from Google Plus, from all these other things, and if they end up bringing Google videos back, you might have remembered that you didn't have to have a YouTube channel back in the day. If you had a Google account, you could just use Google videos. This was not really a competing service, but it was a alternate service you could have your videos on. And I remember looking in video searches when I'd search for something on Google and then I'd hit videos to filter, half of them would be Google videos. If Google brings that back, then my conspiracy theory will have a little bit more traction here, that they are prepping for selling off this entire wing of their site, of their portfolio, and giving it to a different company to deal with. And it could have something to do with foreseeable legal issues, we'll call it. The way that recently I've had 20 videos that I did not think about, since I made them. 20 videos were claimed for copyright. All of them justly, because there was some music in the background, or I used a little snippet of music that I shouldn't have. But those videos went years without being claimed, and all in 1 week, 20 got claimed, and they were all universal. It could be that the Google think tank have seen that, the ambiguity is gone, and that all of these people uploading music to the YouTube video service are going to put them at such a legal bind that they don't want to have it anymore, because all of the money that they make, they could end up getting sued for. So I hope this was intellectual enough for you. Feel free to make a video calling me out for commenting on something in the future. I'll be around no matter what happens. Promise.